Well, a champion stallion and a champion mare also needs a breeder. Our champion breeders for the 2012-2013 season, and what a titanic struggle this was. Like so many of our top races this season, it went absolutely right down to the wire. Both of those in contention came into Gold Cup Day with high hopes, sitting on the edges of their seat. There were a couple of 100,000 in it, but victory here and victory there would have swayed the outcome this way or that. As it turned out, Gold Cup Day was not the most memorable for either of these two studs, but that's the way that racing goes. And for the 9th time, our champion breeders in South Africa for the season just ended, Summerhill Stud.
I've never really been far away from the world of racehorses. In that sense, I'm a fully paid up member of the secret society. The racing fraternity gathers each morning on stud farms and at training tracks where normal people are still in bed. It's a fellowship with its own language and humor and an unwritten code of rules. Racing's been good to Cheryl and me, and it's been good to the greater Summerhill family. It's taken us to faraway lands, and it's made us many close friends. It's taken us to the mountaintop, a modern record of 8 consecutive times, and it sat us down with the Queen of England. Importantly, it's shown us that kids from the sticks like us can make a name for themselves from nothing, and sometimes aspire to excellence. Above all, it's taught us that you only live once. But if you do it right, once is enough.
Please welcome on stage the country's champion breeders, the Summerhill team led by Mick Goss. Here they come. We've had the stage stabilized, so it's fine, guys. Give them a nice big welcome, a nice big round of applause. In the end, I think there was less than 200,000 rand in the championship, which of course is just the stake of a couple of ordinary races. I'm going to ask Mickey, I know you've already made a speech, which we've seen on the screens, but Mickey, won't you come and say a few words? With the emphasis, as I always say at this time, on a few.
Thanks, Bill. Ladies and gentlemen, I fear this might be the last for a while. Our pursuers, Claverflay, are just too powerful, too good and too numerous now for us to hang on much longer. I know now what General Custer felt when he was making his last stand. But for those of you who've applauded us so generously for the last 9 seasons, let me just say many, many thanks. Those of you who are in this room tonight know that you never get tired of winning. It's always refreshing. It's always exhilarating, and when it's as close as it was this year, it's bloody exhausting. I've got to say also that as thrilling as it is to win again, it's just as thrilling to get up every morning before the sun rises with my wife Cheryl and go to work with the greatest team in the world, and then to get to work with the greatest creature the good Lord ever created. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a world that's frantic out there. We live in a world that is often angry these days. And there's a danger that we forget what it means to be a good sport these days. So tonight, great evenings like this are good for the game. They make us all feel good about ourselves, and they make our sport feel grander. And so to you guys at the Racing Association, to Pumalela, to our good friends at Gold Circle back home, and of course to Bob and Nigel and Wayne and their remarkable team at Emperors, thank you guys for a wonderful evening and a great show. Ngiyabonga.